Welcome back, Matt.
You
OG
guys
Zook is getting just a
had to skip out
What's
on
up?
my favorite song. Had to literally... I couldn't join my favorite song in the game.
But look, Matt, it's Matt. Look, it's the DK wagon.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to say. You guys kicked me out of my favorite
kick you
song. I know.
I thought you said the second one was your favorite.
No, the first one.
He actually likes the first one.
Yeah,
a
the
bit
first
more.
one is my favorite. Technically the third one, but I'm going to admit, I love you, Su Ling Chan. You're amazing. The third one is my favorite, but the French version.
You must stop this.
But anyway,
the
DK
rapping
West.
To deal with here.
So, yeah. And also, Al's not joining us for this part. We're going to hopefully get Al in a future part, but for now, your thoughts on DK West,
I
Matt?
fucking love DK West. They are literally my favorite character in the game, and they are my icon on PlayStation right now.
Just keep spewing.
And it's not just because you love the Shrek franchise, right?
Fuck you. No. Shut up. It's because...
Do you think?
It's because of the whole, like, he is just... So he is a reference to Malaysian rap culture, and he's really really into all of that. And also the fact that he's the only character that actually speaks Bahasa Malay in this also.
And like,
Ah, damn it!
and right there, even Zook fell into that a little bit. But yeah, we're basically, as we're gonna be talking over, most likely, you're gonna find that the tone of this one is starting to become a lot more aggressive on Zook's part. Like,
Yeah.
he gets really
Also,
Yeah.
fun fact, the album version of this song. So this is a great song. This is probably my third favorite song in the game. Yeah, the album version of this song, fun fact, is 9 minutes long.
Yeah, no, like, the game version is like half the length of the actual song.
The game version is half the length, and also the soundtrack version is just so savage. It is just savage as hell.
Oh, it gets crazy.
It is so sad.
DK West,
But as-
DK West, he's
but-
a man,
but as you're
he's the
seeing here-
best.
But as you're seeing here, I think I like the more, aggressive, like, crowd structure of the song, but I do kind of like the first songs a bit more where... Oh, NSR. I do kind of like how the first one had a bit more of a melody to the chorus, as opposed to just chanting.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly.
same.
And also,
not doing too hot.
the French version has the better chanting, in my opinion.
Oh, careful.
Yeah.
Oh, burger.
Burger.
The French.
no burger.
Okay.
Well, I was just
No,
responding to the game.
we're reacting to gameplay, Matt. It happens. So tell us about the French
I
version.
haven't been here in literally 4 parts. 4 parts.
Yes, you've been busy.
Yes. Actually 5 parts, I think. Anyway,
No, I don't think it's been that long.
but no.
Continue.
You know, I love this character. I love the raps. I love this music. I love this game. Also, I don't know if anybody else made the joke, but I wish I was here for the first time. But now this is what I like to call reverse Guitar Hero.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
the first one
that's
says it.
technically what it is.
So far, what James Vive said is that this, especially with the third one, it feels almost like it's so much easier to do when it's just co-op, because it's not like your eyes are going cross trying to keep track of it.
Yeah,
all.
no, doing all these single player is an absolute war of attrition.
It really is. But no,
the third one of these was what I considered my true final boss of the game.
But no,
Again, it still helps though that the second and third ones are completely optional. You only really do them if you really want. Well, first of all, for that sweet little character development from DK West, and secondly, the ultimates.
yeah. So
Yep, and James gets burgers this time around.
Yeah, unlike the fucking Switch version, like I said before.
wait, the Switch version takes away the burgers?
Version 1.0.
Yeah, no,
of it.
1.0 they completely forgot to add the burgers to the Switch version.
Oh no.
But yeah,
So you are on your own.
So anyway, I just love this. Love these fights and all that. The raps are amazing. Also, what else? I completely forgot I was going to say.
I'm sure it'll come back to you. Just think about it.
But yeah,
Ow.
DK West is probably my favorite character in the game as well. I love all the characters, but like, my only problem with DK West, and this is a slight spoiler, my only problem is that he almost literally has no bearing on the plot. I feel like he should have showed up at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of odd, especially considering Tatiana clearly brought him into this like intentionally.
Yeah.
Again, he's here just to be he's here just for the sake of being a mid boss, nothing more.
Yeah, it's like her only plan was to try and use him as an element of chaos or something.
Yeah, basically, she knew Zook and DK were related, so she literally is like, okay, if anybody's going to take him down, might as well bring in family. But also, yeah, again, listen to the French versions of these songs. This is amazing. These are amazing. I just really like the French versions, though, especially the what is it? The rap. I'm sorry. The chanting.
Ewa!
Ewa. The chanting is my favorite in the
French version, because there's like an auto-tune kind of quality to it.
DK West, he's a man, oh, he's the best.
Random thought though, now that you were bringing up the fact that yes, there were different languages being used, stuff like something like it's like because there's the Japanese version of the Sayu. Hang on, I actually think something bad's about to happen here.
Ugh, I hate this part. Fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, it does.
I disown you. We ain't related. You're no brother. You're no brother. You ain't no brother.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And just to let you know,
But yeah,
he
he
digs in deeper into soundtrack version, like really deep.
I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah.
But while we wait, I was gonna say that since there's the French version of this, the Japanese version of the Sayu songs, it just makes me think to myself like, I'm surprised there isn't actually an official Malaysian dub of this game.
Please stop hurting me. Ow! I
You
get
know,
it.
I'm surprised by
The
that
song
too.
is-
Stop with the
song's
high
catching
fives.
up.
Ow!
But yes, Matt, I'm surprised that there's no Malaysian dub of this game.
Yeah, that is interesting, considering especially the fact that Wes here literally speaks Bahasa Malay, so
Right.
a form of Malaysian, by the way.
Ya. Kan?
I'll just head back to my crib.
Balik.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Where's
Oh.
It's sad, but it's hilarious the way he says that. Just the West now.
You're no brother.
Ewa.
Can you get any
And yes,
more
I wanted to
Logan?
yell to Awa. God damn it.
I tried
You're
to
fine.
It was. It's fun.
I've looked up to him all my life, and for no reason, he treats me like garbage.
And
Who do
it's
you think I've been
like,
trying to
That's
reach
called
out to
sibling
I guess it's
relationships.
like,
all year
Sadly.
long, and now he just
I guess
pops
it's
up
like,
from God knows
I
where,
wonder-
and he still has the gall to
Hi,
say that all
James, what
this
are your
is
bearings on,
my
like-
fault? Ah!
do you think
Also-
it's like?
You keep this up.
Hold on, I'm
and
sorry.
it'll definitely be
Do
your
do
fault,
do
Zook.
do 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 do.
Yeah, we acknowledged it last time it
Damn it!
happened, but
This is why I
Okay.
wanted to be here.
Because it's a already used joke. But yeah. Hi, James. I mean, what's your bit like? In this kind of situation, do you think it's Sook's fault? Do you think it's DK's fault?
it definitely feels like a mix of both. Like they can't quite
It is
contain
both.
their whole. Yeah, they
No,
can't
the-
quite handle themselves
the-
very well.
The basically the first song shows how it was Zook's fault. The second song shows DK's, and then the third song is showing that they're both at fault. But they both
Yeah.
have
I guess.
their good parts.
Right.
Right. Brotherly quarrels.
It happens.
Just sit-
I mean, what's your
By
take
the way,
on
Num
it,
Num's
Steve?
time.
Ellie.
The crocodile.
Anyway,
Then,
Steve, what's your take on this whole thing?
yes.
But honestly, I'd kind of have to agree with James. Like, I don't think there's really one singular person that's at fault for the whole thing.
Yo,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
time for
Oh,
Joe's
no.
final
Oh
season.
boy, it's time for
Let's
everyone's
go.
favorite trope from the 2000s.
Welcome to the festival
I will
plaza.
apologize
Come
advance
see
to
the
Al,
iconic
who
Red
loves
Croissant.
1010.
We feed
You don't?
I'm very indifferent
the
towards them,
whole
but I
city.
also do not
Impressive
like,
technology. Don't you agree?
what's his name
You
again?
don't
Neon
like
J.
You don't like Neon J? I love
No,
Neon J.
I'm sorry, I find him so
okay.
annoying, and I'll tell you why
Which one is
when
Hold
we
on.
get to that
My-
part.
Neon J is the guy with the television for a head. The
Okay.
thing
The cyborg.
though is like you say, man, he's annoying. Do you remember DJ Subatomic?
Baraka Mansion.
I love
Yeah,
DJ
I mean-
Subatomic.
But he's purposefully annoying. So is
But
Sayu.
enough about those guys. as far as 1010 is concerned, it's another little funny crack at the
Boy bands.
artificial mass production of boy bands, and almost as if it's a brand.
Yeah.
So
Again, it was very much a big thing back in the 2000s, and I mean, what a
Well,
better,
no,
no better
here's the
time than
thing.
now, I guess.
Here's the thing.
It's made a comeback with K-pop.
It was a big thing in
I
America
gotta say
in
it.
the 2000s. Now it's a big thing in the rest of the world right now.
Well, again, because you got stuff like K-pop and whatnot, such as
Excuse
such
us
as
as we move
BTS,
the city.
We've done that like 20 times. At this point, they're like,
Guess
is
who hasn't been here for 4
Is that bed
parts?
bug? I'm making the joke of I bet that there's someone's like, is that bunk bed junction again? Yeah, bro. sounds
Honestly,
like it.
I understand it. I feel like this would be a case like if you and Matt were like in a room together, he'd strangle you for missing out on every other part.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, you get to voice this guy then.
Meanwhile, I would
fuck?
have just left the
Hold on.
room, gone to. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Unicorn?
They already have
How
voices though.
adorable. Hello there. Zook, look. Isn't it just precious?
Yes, I am precious.
A unicorn?
Please pet me.
They don't
I do
exist.
not bite.
They do now.
I do not
Help me.
bite.
Hair.
I don't understand the motivation of that either. So.
It's just a thing.
Being a brony.
Reason. So, I mean, maybe that's a pledge tier did. I don't know. So
I don't know.
regardless, we're going up against 1010, which is they're robots. They're all like AI synthoid, boy band thing, as they just said. But yeah, I wanted like probably for like the boss battle stuff actually look into the history and hopefully get Al on board for that by then. But like, yeah, I want to say it started with things like Boys to Men, and I think someone here, Jordy or someone already said that like you could argue boy bands really started with things like the Beatles, the Beach Boys. and
No.
stuff.
Here's the thing though. That isn't really a boy band. Those were rock bands. Boy bands are the dancing singers. They're the people that both
So, like,
dance.
pop bands,
Yeah,
characterized-
they're pop bands that both dance and sing. They basically all very much look the same. All that. That's the joke of boy bands
Aw,
in general.
okay.
So like
So what would you say then is what would you say is probably the first, like the first before,
not
like, because
the
I feel
first, but definitely the one that brought into popularity are the two NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. No, like you
what I
cannot
remember,
think
yeah.
of boy bands without thinking NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
well, if you're old enough, don't
Yeah.
forget we're also talking
Everybody
to an
has
audience
heard
of people
of
younger
them.
than us. So I'm quoting. The impetus is on you now to prove that to other people. And John, a magical statue.
What do you think of Pop Boys, James?
Yes, boy
As
bands.
I will say, as someone who, back in his elementary days, whenever I'd go to school, we'd always have Radio Disney turned on, so I know my fair share of what of what boy bands were like back in those days. And I mean, they're just typical earworms.
Can I just say that?
I mean, yeah, and I'm happy that a number of them
And actually,
did
it's
start off
funny.
in
It's
boy
funny
bands.
too because no joke. I do recall like just recently while I was visiting Tara down in South San Francisco, we were literally listening to the radio. Just like, it's one of those like I don't know undercover sort of or not undercover but like very obscure sort of stations. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
just one Backstreet Boys song just literally popped up, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I remember
Yeah.
this.
No. Here,
Oh, which actually, Matt, I have to throw this out there before I turn the question to Jordy. Fun fact about this place that I love: this tune you're listening to right now. I love this. That in the soundtrack, this tune right now is called "Backstreet Sync."
that yes. See that what? Why do you think I mentioned them? Why the fuck do you think I mentioned them?
Okay,
Well, I
you
mentioned
made a
too,
good point,
but-
dude. You made a good point.
I mentioned too. Jordy, did you have a favorite boy band?
Sorry.
You know what? I have to think about this because, like, I know I did like Backstreet Boys. I did like NSYNC a little bit. But what was the one boy band I did like? I liked, oh, hi, Eric. I did like,
Whoa, take it
hold
easy
on.
there,
The names are
girl.
coming to mind.
That's a cape.
I liked Plain White Tees and, Boys Like Girls.
My sister loved the most NLT, which I find it coincidental that their name literally stands for not like them, and yet they were like every other boy band ever.
Oh, and All American Rejects.
If you look closely,
Oh god, fuck. Sorry,
What happened?
I
Matt?
almost dropped my drink on my lap.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully it
Be
wasn't a
very
hot drink.
careful.
No,
Like,
not a
catch
hot
that.
drink, but it would have been very messy. But thankfully it
Yeah,
didn't.
be careful.
And
Also,
actually,
10-10 fighting.
honestly, it's sad thinking about it because I actually remember my mom used to be a big fan of the Backstreet Boys back then as well.
I mean, their music. My parents were super into Lady Gaga. Like, it's just, it's okay. Like, their music is freaking catchy.
Yeah, it's pure on earworm, even if the lyrics can be trash. Hey, Timmy.
Hi, Timmy.
Ah, damn it.
Mind helping me out for a bit?
Where's you?
Could you play some nice tunes for me?
Why not? I mean,
Sure.
it's just,
I need to check if this is working
I
fine.
got no reason why we shouldn't.
Happy to oblige.
Drums. There
Coming.
you go.
But yeah,
Ta-da! I don't know if there's any bearing on it, but boy, was it fun to at least, be fun. I almost think that the game needed more little interactions like that.
Oh, agreed.
and
Very
also-
much so.
And also 1010's #1 fan club, #1 fan member. Oh, actually, yeah, that's what
A robot.
his opinion of it. Don't make them like they used to.
They really don't.
But yeah, no, here's the fan, the #1 fan, Cayenne.
who I think it's based off a real person, right?
I believe so. Yes, that's what I remember hearing.
She definitely looks like a real person.
Again, it's all the little characters.
A lot-
are fun, but
A lot of these characters are based off of real people.
and I guess other things I can quickly mention before we get into the actual thing that we learned in the last, the briefing from freaking Cliff was that the guy who runs 1010, he used to be in the military, and so he's a lot of the 1010 like are inspired by army. They have a whole, they're basically
Sailors.
sailor guys, and I believe people believe that their house here is called Baraka Mansion, like after barracks.
Huh. Also, I just want to say, best part about Neon J when we get to him, Metal Gear Solid references. I love them.
I mean, yeah,
And I better be there for that.
we're gonna try our best, dude. With your
Would you like to
schedule,
be
it's-
Matt? Would you like to be here for the rest of our commentary?
Yes, please.
And yeah, gotta be here. I don't know. We'll figure
Be
something
here,
out.
be there, or be square.
Hey, I have a job.
Meanwhile, so do I. Meanwhile, welcome to James and my least favorite.
Yeah.
For one reason only.
The moving platforms.
Right, because there's some physics to them in that, even if you're jumping with them, these things move much faster than you do, and so if for whatever reason you jump or get hit, they're gonna sweep right out from under you, and you take damage.
Yeah, no,
So I believe-
it's an absolute mess. Especially, well, I mean, with single player, it might not be as bad because you're only focused on one character only. But when you have to focus on both characters at the same time, it's like timing can be a little fickle.
You just gotta coordinate.
Right, and again, such as that there, yeah, it's you have to like and also I'd also argue that sometimes these platforms move so quickly you almost have to jump.
Oh yeah,
gosh.
no, that's.
You have to like jump. See, like,
Oh, there you go, and we got
You have
sent
to,
back
like,
here.
basically you almost have to jump like. Don't wait for it to show up. You have to jump. Nice.
Ugh.
Yeah,
You
no,
have to,
this
like,
goes back.
jump
Yeah, these
expecting
things
it.
go back and forth so fast that, as you could see there, James missed it on the first jump, but as he was still landing his jump, he was able to get onto it.
Compact.
That's why you should try applying the double jump and air dash at the soonest you can.
Yep. Yeah, and then the last thing I'll say is that, yeah, as a heads up, this was, I believe, the first one that we actually like just straight up just died to. Like in all of our recording, we didn't have to continue a single mission except for this. So sorry, but again, unfortunately, this holds no bearing on the number of fans that you would get from clearing the boss.
Not at all.
Hype. Did you have a favorite? Did you ever listen to any boy bands growing up? I mean, that's what they were essentially. Yeah. Did you ever listen to any boy bands like on Radio Disney or the like?
Ah!
Oh, I skipped it.
What'd you say?
Wait.
I'm so,
Yeah, was that?
I'm so sorry, but Logan's sound just.
Well, because I fell. But yes, Hype. You said something. What was that?
I was joking about how, like, you were giving me a yes or no question, and I was actually answering it like a multiple choice question. It's like, so, yes or no? D.
All the above.
See, didn't really listen to any, or you just like, or you digged all of them? D for dig, you dig them all.
I'm not sure. When it comes to music, I don't really follow, like, bands in particular. I just focus more on the songs themselves rather than whoever makes them.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
totally
I mean,
fine.
that's
So
kind
did you
of
have any- so did you-
that's kind of how I am now.
So did you have any
Yeah.
particular songs that you like that have to be done by boy bands?
A few. I can't think of anything that immediately comes to mind, but I do know there are a few.
Okay.
I mean, did you did you end up watching it, like listening to any like radio stations back in your childhood, or?
If we did, there were mainly ones that were just basically like, you know, collections of what was playing nowadays. I didn't really focus on any specific genre.
Okay. Oh, also we'll throw this out there that I think out of all the approach songs, this may actually be one of my favorites of the like musics you hear during the approach stage.
Also,
Yeah,
I like
this
how
one's pretty good.
I just love this whole like visual style, like going through the highway.
Also, you've asked everybody that question but me. And no, NSYNC and Backstreet Boy was not my answer.
Well, okay, what was your answer?
I don't have one.
Boys to Men.
I don't have
Ever
one.
even listen to Boys to Men?
No, Boys to Men is fun. But no, I actually don't think I have a favorite boy band because I don't listen to them. So,
I mean, I guess I'll reiterate what I asked Hype. Did you have any radio stations you listened to as a kid?
no, Radio Disney maybe, but like I didn't listen to radio stations much as a kid.
I remember I got to actually call into Radio Disney and answer one of their quizzes they were doing that day.
And also,
Oh, that's cool.
Also Conway Bear got his start on Radio Disney.
Wait, like as a disc jockey?
Yeah, he's one of the announcers on Radio Disney and all that, and also hosted a show.
Huh.
Interesting.
I remember the day when I was tuning into Radio Disney. I remember it being this one woman who was like being the main announcer for it all.
I need to check
Her
when
name,
when his run ended, but he was on Radio Disney
Yeah.
for a long time. So.
I remember they also, I don't know if it was an actual broadcast studio, but I remember they had a Radio Disney like studio of sorts in
not again.
Where'd you go?
He's trying to spawn near me, so I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
okay,
where'd you
go? So
Thanks,
yeah,
camera.
yeah, that was basically the game trying to auto spawn him where there were no safe platforms. So yeah, again, we're probably gonna dive ahead, and yeah, we died up ahead. But we're back now, and you basically get to continue and keep all your health at no
Okay.
consequence. We're totally okay, everybody. See, but
The
yeah,
world
I remember it was like a
broke.
Radio Disney's thing in Disneyland. But yeah, regardless, we'll stop there. Stay tuned as we're going to go up against 1010, my second favorite boss in terms of its theme and tune. But its main damage mechanic is still one of my least favorite, and Jordy doesn't like him. So
I'm out 5,000. Goodbye.
no problem. Yeah, no promises that Jordy will be there next time or not. See ya.
And I was hoping to stick around to talk about my experience listening to Mickey and friends sing "We Are the Champions."
Well, why don't we talk about that right now?